Ooh, there she is, the amazing two-legged lady. You know the hillbilly carries a torch for her. If only she would finally notice him. They could marry and live happily ever after with a house full of little Bill Hillies. Ugh. The pink bear hanging in that prize booth looks remarkably like what the amazing two-legged lady desires most. Perhaps the hillbilly can win enough tickets to buy it for her. Then this adorable story can have its happy ending. In a triumph of love and teamwork, our friends have managed to lie, cheat, and steal their way to 5 tickets and a pink bear. Now to snatch the prize and profess our undying love for the two-legged lady. Well, this is not a heartening turn of events. Apparently, what the amazing two-legged lady desires most is a man of ordinary strength. The hillbilly came so close to true love, only to have it snatched away by a rival who couldn't lift his own shadow if it went on a diet. I'm not sure taking up smoking is the right cure for a broken heart, but I don't think that is the hillbilly's plan. Is this really the path he wants to go down? This really is an oily rag and dry grass-infested fire trap, isn't it? But the cave fire department has the fastest response time around. Their water supply is surely infinite. So it might do the hillbilly some good simply to take a deep breath and relax. No good can come from this path. The wise Lord Tennyson penned the line, "It's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all." He had clearly never met this group. Just because you can pull a lever doesn't mean you should. Our intrepid trio may not give this kind of seismic meddling a second thought, but choices have consequences. I've played host to more truth seekers than any human would care to count, and I know an omen when I see it. Trust me, this is ominous. Ominous? Ominous. Yeah, no. Yeah. Ominous. Oh, never mind. Well, you know what they say. It wasn't the prospectors who made all the money. It was the merchants who sold blood pressure medication. So, the old miner's instincts were right. There is a minecar trapped back here. He may have overreacted a bit, but at a certain age, you've got to do something that gets you up in the morning. Even if what gets you up in the morning is a dangerous lack of interpersonal skills and anger management issues. Oh, look at that. Those mine cars meant the world to that old guy. Maybe a reward is in order, The miner wasn't such a bad guy. He was down here a long time, and that'll take its toll. Obtaining the thing you desire most isn't always as hard as it's made out to be, but it will change you, and that, my friends, is what's hard. Now, what of the adventurer? She and her partners are on the cusp of the greatest archaeological find of her career, but the priceless sarcophagus she seeks may never make it out of that pyramid, and neither may her companions. But at this point in our story, that should surprise no one. You know, it's sad, really, when you think about all the grave robbers who have plundered these ancient marvels of engineering in search of priceless treasures, ruining it for future generations of grave-robbing treasure plunderers. Just between you and me, I don't think share is in her vocabulary. Neither is ultra-crepidarian, but a lot of people don't know that one. It's not as ubiquitous as sarcophagus. Many believe the Ankh is an ancient Egyptian symbol of life. Some archaeologists would kill to find an example in such pristine condition. Oh, not the adventurer, let me assure you. She reserves such extreme measures for a worthier prize. Those spikes definitely weren't there a moment ago. It seems the adventurer's companions have gotten themselves into a tight spot. Fortunately, they have all these pressure plates to jump on. You know, when you're stuck in an ancient curse-ridden death trap, it usually helps to jump on everything you can. Also screaming. Screaming helps. The situation becomes ever more perilous for our two entombed friends. Those spikes are getting awfully close. Do you think the adventurer knows? Actually, I think the real question is, does she care? In case you're wondering, that was a rhetorical question. See, it's true what they say. No good deed goes unpunished. The adventurer's partners have helped her reach the treasure she desires most, but all they'll have to show for it is an upcoming case of craniopuncture. In other words, a spike to the head. This might be too gruesome for even me to watch. Ah, the lost sarcophagus of the Pharaoh Taharka. Ooh, great misfortune is said to fall on those who disturb his slumber. You know, locusts, boils, peanut allergies, that sort of thing. Ooh, impressive. The adventurer does know how to get out of a tight spot, but the rest of her escape may not be so cool. Ha! No doubt that was entirely accidental. Alas, now the adventurer herself is trapped, and without the sarcophagus, her former collaborator, or her current lucky companions, I fear the situation is hopeless. I wasn't planning on wrapping up her tale so soon, but I may have little choice in the matter. So our band of 3 pulled together. I couldn't devise a better team-building exercise myself. There was a bit of collateral damage at the end, but let's call it a win. I feel a caution is in order, for we are about to enter a very grim part of our journey this evening. Grim not because of the atrocity we're about to witness, but because of who is going to commit it. I speak of those darling children, the twins. Watch, but don't be afraid to avert your eyes, especially if you yourself are a parent, and you enjoy making soup. You don't want to know the building permit hell I went through to build that thing down here. It does have walk-in closets. It's those small touches that make the difference when it comes time to put it on the market. A beautiful house in the cultural heart of Victorian London. 2 loving and caring parents. What could children want more? Apparently what they desire most is freedom. Freedom from bedtimes and chores. Freedom to run wild with no one to hold them back. We're about to see what happens when 2 adorable children snap. I might be going out on a limb here, but I don't think those kids are as sweet and innocent as their pasty white skin and vapid, soulless eyes devoid of life would suggest. Ouch! There goes the fine china. Ooh, there goes the broken china. The smell of rotting sewage floating in the Thames, thick industrial smoke choking the air, and horse manure piled high on every street corner. It must be springtime in London. I'd make a Mary Poppins joke right now, except that it's not in the public domain, and I don't want to get sued. Again. Well, the twins have the run of the house now. What kind of mischief will they get into next? Look, I don't want to stereotype here, but has there ever been a set of twins that weren't evil? We have now reached the grimmest part of our grim story, for that small box shoved into the corner is the ticket out of this house for the twins. Let's watch, shall we? If you dare. Rat poison. You know, if one were to examine this box of rat poison carefully, the instructions would read, 1 small thimbleful added to food will cause intense, horrifying, and excruciating death. Side effects include tingling, blurred vision, occasional dryness of the mouth, and getting to go outside and play. Doing as they're told? The twins might be turning over a new leaf. You see, this is why I never had kids. Well, that and being a cave with no real form of reproduction. But that's beside the point. The point is, the twins, well, I don't know if there is a point to their madness. But they may find their newfound freedom comes at a cost greater than they're capable of imagining. And as with the rest of our travelers, and perhaps even you, I guess only time will tell. Shall we continue our journey? It's been so enlightening thus far. Ooh, I can't wait to see what happens next.